Hey there, everybody. I'm Ben.
I'm the boomer. I'm his dad.
It's my father.
How's everybody doing this week? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Hope you
Day.
had a great weekend. As usual, we are here to do what?
We're going to give you the news. Uh,
And our take on it, and just going through some interesting and we thought provoking articles of the week, and that we wanted to share with you. So, what's the first thing on our list today, too?
yeah, we're going to start with some global news just before we get to America and the dumpster fire that it is here. We'll start with an even bigger dumpster fire to make ourselves feel a little better about ourselves. Specifically, the one in Myanmar, down in Southeast Asia. Having a little bit of an issue lately with a coup because they have a coup. The military junta is what they're called. It's the military of the country of Myanmar. They have disposed of the democratically elected government and are moving in for the coup because of rigged election results.
Whoa, that is crazy. Who'd
Yep.
have even thought that that was possible?
Sound a little familiar, but thank God we're not there yet. So far, 384 people have been arrested, and the situation continues to devolve, essentially. So thoughts go out to everybody in Myanmar, and hopefully they get through this.
Probably a lot of untruth that's based on too. So,
100%.
okay, well, almost as loony. What's going on here?
Yep. So in Russia, I'm sure some of you guys at least have heard that there's also been some protests going on there. Some of the biggest since the 2011 riots that happened in the country. Um, so we have this guy, Alexei Navalny, which is this gentleman pictured right here. He's like the lead opposition to Putin's Russia.
Wait a minute. This guy was near death's door because he was poisoned. He was recovering in another country, and as soon as he got back into Russia, within minutes, they had him arrested and thrown in jail. What are they worried about?
Well, he had violated his probation by coming back to that area to seek medical attention after he got poisoned
by the government.
By the Russian government. Yep.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Not exactly sure what you're supposed to do in that situation, but whatever he did, that was wrong. So the protests a lot of it is out of that. Obviously, everybody's upset that Putin's going for an assassination of yet another one of his political rivals. And then on top of that, there was a documentary released in Russia recently called Putin's Palace. And it goes in depth into this big property that Putin got. What you're saying, it was over $1 billion.
$1 billion that he spent on himself for his own little fun game resort. So, yeah, wow.
So, with the Russian economy not being great right now, people are understandably a little pissed. And so.
Well, at least $1 billion isn't that much. Okay. Hey, a weekly thing we have here too called Chock full of nuts, and this is us looking at our lovely political system. This one, I wanted to make a comment because just this weekend, Donald J. Trump, as the MAGA people have to always put in that middle initial, was acquitted for the second time from inciting a riot. Must have saw that Myanmar story or something.
Yeah.
Got inspired.
Knew they could get away with it.
So here's my problem though. We knew that wasn't going to happen. He wasn't going to be voted because the people that are voting on them, 43 of them, have no conscience and can't even look at the rule of law and evidence of these people naming Trump as the reason why they went to do that. But here's the interesting thing that I brought up is that there are 41,549,000, basically 41.5 million more people are represented by the 50 Democratic senators than are represented by the 50 Republican senators that we have in our Senate at this moment after the Georgia vote. Put 2 more Democrats in there. 41.5 million more people.
I don't have the exact number, but if I'm doing the mental math right, that's around 12 or 13% of America's whole population more that the Democrats represent.
So it seems to me that what we're heading is more and more we're funneling power to a smaller and smaller group, which is disproportionately not too fair. So get my other page here. I found this map to be fascinating here. A little glimmer, but if we took the contiguous 48 states and we chopped them up by proportion of your wealth, 1% would get this whole chunk of the country. That would be representative of their wealth compared to the whole country. 1%. 9% would have this whole part. So basically 10% have most of the country if this were representative of wealth. Now, 30% would own this little strip. At least we get Disney World, so that's good. 20% would own the little tip of Texas. The shocking point is, you may not be able to see it here real well, but there's a red dot right there. That's 40% of our country's population. That's all that they would own. We'd have 40% jammed in there. So again, what we have is a situation where faster and faster, more and more, our wealth and the power is accumulated in the hands of a smaller group of people that do not represent the bulk of the United States. They're there to represent themselves.
But they do, unfortunately, hold the vast majority of the political power. You can buy representatives. That's just kind of how it is in America's government.
I wonder who would buy them the most. I don't know. Yeah. So that's why, for instance, Amazon not only didn't pay taxes last year, but they actually got money back. How can you get money back when you don't pay? Well, that's also why Donald Trump, the last tax form that was known for him, supposedly he's a multi-billionaire. He only paid $750 in taxes. Seem fair to you? I don't know. I feel like I pay a little bit more than Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and Donald Trump put together. That's what I have to pay.
Yeah, it's almost like the American government is paying companies to succeed, which I feel like if you're going to be a successful business, you don't need the influx of cash from the American government. You're making your money as an American company. You're utilizing all of the things that you get by being a company in America. You're utilizing the infrastructure, America's workers, and you need to be putting back into that system. So it seems strange that the government's priority is to pump money into these companies that should already be successful in their own right. If it just seems like socialism, but only for the wealthy. They're the only ones who get the money, even though...
Isn't Amazon struggling, though? I feel like they must be struggling to get all this tax assistance.
Jeff Bezos did just get passed up as the world's richest man.
Only the second. Yeah, he probably is like this much of the country just by himself. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't have the answer for this. I just am observing it more and more, and I see it as a time for flat tax rates, getting rid of exemptions, getting rid of all the different stupid codes that make the tax laws basically undoable. And they're all just being more and more specialized to help this group up here, and in particular, this group right here, because they can buy it. It's an oligarchy, and it's not good for the country, and it's not good for our people.
No.
I do want to shout out, terrible picture of this guy, but this is Brian Moss. Congratulations, Brian Moss, 6-time winner of the lottery in Idaho.
That's impressive.
Another $250,000 that dude popped out the
That's
other
not
day.
bad.
Now, my reason for bringing this up is that, well, kudos for him. One of the things that he said in an interview is that he was proud to support public education. I'm a big fan of public education. Yeah. I went, you went, my whole family went, I work in it. So that is not necessarily true, though. The old selling point that if you buy a lottery ticket, you're helping the kids. You're giving it to the kids. There you go, kid. Yeah, not so much. The Washington Post did a study, and what they found is that actually, instead of the money going as additional, what the governments do is they say, we're going to get about, this is how much we want to give to education. We know we're going to get about this much from the lottery, so we'll just count on that and move this other slice into a different general budget area. Because before the lottery, they had to fill that whole gap in. Now they're counting on part of it for that. So basically, it's part of the budgetary process it's not anything extra at all. Or if it is, it's extremely minimal uh, as far as the extra bonus to school districts. So if you're going to buy a lottery ticket, buy it because you want to play it and enjoy this, enjoy whatever you're doing with it. But don't buy it as in like this is going to help the kids. It's not helping the kids. It's just helping the general budget. So I guess that's fine too.
Yeah, and it's not even really helping the general budget. Not to take away from the gentleman. He 6 lottery wins. That's amazing. That more power to him. I hope he keeps doing it. I guess I don't know, but I guess just the general PSA is that it's not adding to the educational funds. It's just replacing funds that would have been there anyway that they can then take to do something else. So it's not an additional.
I guess maybe the tickets wouldn't sell as well, saying support of public education as to support your senators redecorating their offices.
Maybe not as good of a ring to it. Probably.
Well, I like the ring of this though. We
nailed it.
Nailed it last week. We both called it. Man, oh man. So obviously they won. What'd you think of the halftime show, by the way?
I liked it. I'm a fan of The Weeknd. I think he makes good music. I thought the Super Bowl show was really good. He had a live band. He performed live. The only thing that was iffy was like the whole Hall of Mirrors deal that they had backstage.
Terrible.
Yeah, a little bit seizure inducing, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know. I found his music very meek for the, like we're just coming into something that's wonderful, and I don't know. It was just pretty subdued music, I thought, all in all. Not so bad, but whatever. This young lady kicked it out with her poetry. Kudos to her. And actually, the national anthem, they did a great job on that, too. And mostly, I love Brady throwing the trophy over to Gronk, man.
Yeah.
Those two are going to Disney?
Yep, they're going to Disney World. Disneyland, one of the two.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Yep.
Anyways, that's our latest look at the world, and thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time. Hopefully, it gets you thinking a little bit. So
yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great week.
I'm Boomer.
I'm Ben.
We'll see you next time.